Hey, Railbirds, here we are again at the 2023 Derby City Classic, the 9-ball division. This is round 4 action. This is Konrad Juszczyszyn versus Johnathan Pinegar. Neither player has a loss. They just switched sides. That is Konrad on the right. That is Johnathan on the left. I am being joined by Mark White. Thanks for joining us, Mark. How you doing today?
Good morning, good to be here. And I have a confession to make.
Yes.
I've commentated on Konrad Juszczyszyn many times. Great player from Poland. I've watched Johnathan Pinegar before and never commentated on him. So this is going to be a first for me. And I know he's very famous. He's called Hennessy from Tennessee, isn't he?
That's it. Him? That's him. That's Hennessy. He did very well in the one pocket division this year.
Is he not a previous winner as well of the one pocket? Did I see somewhere?
I don't know. I don't know if he's won the one pocket before.
I could be wrong. Maybe I dreamt it.
I think it was Johnathan that dreamt it.
Isn't it everyone's dream to win one of these?
All right, here we go. Johnathan with the break in this race to 9.
Yeah, I've been told he has a very unique chalking system where he'll chalk his cue. Well, I've actually seen him do it. I think he'd done it about 11 times once I saw him chalk his cue.
Yeah, he does have that, I don't know, what would you call it? A nervous habit, maybe? I don't know what you'd call it. So I'm looking at the list of winners over the last, since the beginning of the Derby City. And no, Johnathan Pinegar has not won the one pocket. Or any of the other divisions that I can see.
Well, he tried to break out the 8 and the 3 there. It got mighty close to it. Does this 2-ball past the 8? Or the 4, is it? If it does, he can break them out here. A little bit unfortunate. What's Johnathan Pinegar doing there?
He was he was taking the AccuRack off the table and putting it away.
Ah.
So I guess Johnathan kind of shares your viewpoint, and let's get that AccuRack completely off the table once the break is done.
I like him already.
Which is more than we can say for this safety attempt. That didn't work out for Konrad.
Awkward queuing, wasn't it? Very awkward queuing.
Yeah, over that 4-ball, over on the side rail. It brings Johnathan to the table. Good look at this 4 balls hanging. Good chance to win this first game.
Didn't mean to catch the 5 there, but would have been pretty difficult not to finish on a shot. Just tucking in his shirt. Pretty close in Fargo rates, aren't they? 777, 788.
Yeah, it almost looks like 2 models of Boeing airplane, the 777 and the 787, only off by 1 digit on Konrad's.
When I first saw them, I had exactly the same thought, Kevin. Exactly the same thought. I'm a huge aeroplane fan, and Of course, 777 and 787 are two very well-known models, as you say. I must admit, I'm a huge fan of air accident investigation on the National Geographic. I always watch them as a kind of education for when I fly. I'm absolutely scared to death of flying. Well, I'm not scared to death of flying, I'm scared to death of crashing.
Kind of like it's not the fall that kills you, it's that sudden stop at the end, yeah, that kind of thing.
Exactly that. The only parts I don't like about flying are takeoff, landing, and the bit in the middle. Apart from that, I'm fine.
How about the food? Do you like the food?
Most of the time I do, yes. I mean, I don't expect too much, but most of the time, yes. I always find the free wine tends to influence my judgment of the food.
Free wine? What airlines are you flying? They don't give us free wine on Southwest.
Well, I'm talking about long haul flights, long
Yes.
distance international. They get us drunk to make up for everything else that's bad about flying.
It's to help keep everyone quiet, put them to sleep. Johnathan about to put this 9-ball to sleep to win this first game. Draws first blood, 1-0 in this race to 9.
He loves it, doesn't he? Johnathan Pinegar. Interesting chap. I do like characters. I think Paul would be a much more interesting sport if we had more characters in it. We need more Alex Pagulians.
What about Earl Strickland? He's a character.
A little bit bored of Earl now. We've seen it all before.
You're over Earl, are you?
Yeah, I am really. I think the game's moved on and Earl hasn't, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. Of course, he's done so much good for the game as well, it's hard to knock the guy. I'm not knocking him at all. I used to love watching him. We need a new Earl. Who's the new Earl? Is there going to be one? Can you see one coming out of the States at all? Just a unique character. We had one in snooker called Alex Higgins. There was only ever one Alex Higgins. Talking of flying, I was recently on a flight from Vegas to London and I met Alex Pagulian at the airport, and we went our separate ways, just said our highs, and then I went and got on the plane and I'm sitting there, and about 20 minutes later Alex Pagulian comes up and he says, "That's my seat," and it was right next door to me. And he slept the whole flight, or whether he just pretended because he didn't want to talk to me, maybe, I don't know.
I was about to say, are you sure he was sleeping?
No, I'm not. I've done that before, made out I was asleep sitting next to somebody I didn't want to talk to.
That's why every time I walk near you, it looks like you fall asleep. All right.
Yeah, that break really made a ball in the side, but there was no control whatsoever, and he's kind of got what he deserves here. So we'll play a push out.
Do need to be careful pushing out to this anywhere near this bottom end of the table, because that 2-6 combination on the side looks like it might be lined up pretty straight.
Yeah, I'd like to push up to the rail where he's standing now, to about there, right there where he's standing. I just heard a siren go off.
Yeah.
Have you just got your wallet out to buy a round of drinks, Kevin?
It does sound like they're having fun over there on that table number 1. All right, nice little safety by Konrad.
And no mistaking the voice of Ed Ladawi, is there?
No. Very distinctive.
Johnathan just waiting for the guy on the next table. He's going to need some right hand spin if he's going there to widen this angle. Whoa, too much round the back of it. Unexpected. Konrad from Poland.
With a distinctly different style from Johnathan. Konrad does not waste much time when he's at the table. When he gets going pretty quickly.
Yeah, super nice guy as well, Konrad. As are all of the Polish players. Mieszko Fortunski, Viktor Zelensky, Wojtek Szewczyk, Daniel Maciel. There's lots of them.
Threatening to be a new world superpower, at least in the world of pool.
Yeah, I think there's an O missing in Poland.
Poland?
Yeah. Oh, it's a little bit sloppy there.
A little haphazard. When you shoot as good as he does, though, it don't matter.
Where's that cue ball?
We're all watching.
Where's that cue ball?
Nowhere close. Never a doubt. All right, 5-second rule.
Are you sure it's not 3 seconds at Derby City?
Just to be unique.
Konrad sponsored by Predator. Here you see his Revo shaft. Plays in every single tournament he can. And one good thing about the organisation in Poland is fantastic. They get a lot of support, the players, from the pool federation there. They get a lot of their expenses paid, their entry fees and travel costs as well sometimes, so
that's great. That takes a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah, and they have been doing very well, haven't they, the Polish players, in a lot of the tournaments.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure when you have to basically win a tournament just to break even for your travel costs and everything. So it's nice if you can have those costs taken care of for you.
You know, he judged that so well, that shot. He hit that exactly how he wanted to. He looked at it several times and worked it out to perfection.
Just like this position on the 4. I was wondering what he was going to do with the 4 because I knew it didn't go past the 9. But then when he landed near straight on the 3, he's like, oh, yeah, I can play the 4 up to the other end of the table.
Good straight shooting left hand up.
Oh, this could be trouble.
Yeah, it's trouble. Especially with no jump cues allowed. And, well, he's going one route. I wondered if he might be tempted into the masse around.
Well, that's a good effort.
Yeah, but so difficult to get that safe, wasn't it?
Left a pretty makeable shot for Johnathan to this bottom right. Or the bottom left. I mean, he could shoot it to either corner, but I think the bottom right's probably the one he's going to go at. Although it sure looks like he's looking at the bottom left.
Yeah, I just think for a right-hander it makes sense to go bottom left. I wonder if he's going to chalk once more. That ritual he has. I saw a parody video actually the other day. Somebody made. I'm sure Johnathan Pinegar was the target of it. Kept picking his chalk up, putting it down. There we go. There it is again and again. I tell you what, I'd love to be the guy that sells him his chalk.
Special price for you, $30 a cube. And I hope for his bank account's sake that he uses the less expensive chalk and not those $30 a cube chalks.
The big selling point of the $30 one, of course, is the fact that you don't have to chalk your cue every single time. But having said that, doesn't really come into it, does it, with Johnathan Pinegar, because he chalks about 5 times every single shot.
I think Johnathan would specifically reject that chalk just for that reason. What do you mean? What do you mean? I can't chalk 5 times per shot. I have to wait 2 or 3 shots before I can chalk again? No way, get that stuff away from me. I don't want that.
I think if he did use that chalk, he'd have to win a tournament just to break even. Yeah, the most I've seen him do that is 11 times, and it was at this Derby City Classic last year. I sat and watched it. He was playing a 1 pocket match against Evan Lunder. And 2 racks took an hour and a half.
Don't ever play a drinking game where you have to take a drink every time he chalks his cue. You'll be in the hospital very quickly.
I think there's a thin edge on this too, is there?
Looks like it. I think that's what he was just looking at the path of the cue ball, trying to put it right where he put his hand. That's his intended target.
I know I shouldn't laugh, but it's a funny little idiosyncrasy.
We all have our little idiosyncrasies. He's hit that very nicely. He got a little fortunate off the 4, but he still hit it very nice even to get there. So, nicely done.
He wants to hit this dead plumb off this back rail.
Oh,
like
and he
that.
did.
Oh, that's unlucky. Super unlucky. But he has tied up the 5 ball.
I'm so tempted to put a counter on screen. I shouldn't though.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, I thought it was in. Well, good thing for him it didn't drop.
Yeah, he'll be happy it didn't. Well, look, if he can just make this 2 ball, he'll have a lovely angle on the 3. Well, that's a long way off. He was trying to straighten it up with bottom and pace on the cue ball. Didn't straighten it up enough. Or did he hit it? No, I don't think he hit that too, did he, Kevin?
I don't know. That's I think we're gonna have a look.
I think we've got time to have a look at the replay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's ball in hand, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was. He was just looking to see where he wants that cue ball. He'd love just a half ball angle on the 3 ball to just clip the 8 ball away from the 5. No, I don't think he's got it, has he? Can he just stun over into it? He should hold for the 4 into the same pocket if he can. Yeah, that's what he's looking at, look. So just a nice little nudge into the 5.
That was more than a little nudge.
Yeah, he hit it a bit hard, I thought. Don't know why he hit it that hard.
So the replay is inconclusive because his body was in the way. Couldn't tell.
Yeah, it was a long way away, I think. Yeah, a long way.
But it looked like it was not there. Oops.
I wonder if he's ever miscued, John Pinegar.
Probably one time back in, like 30 years ago, cost him a big match, and he says, I'm never going to let that happen again. I'm going to make sure I have enough chalk on my tip from now on. Uh-oh, cue ball.
Oh dear, straight in the drink. Seven, just a little bit awkward. Always the worst place for a ball to be placed. So close to the side pocket. either tight or just off the rail. Yeah, cue ball where it is now would be nice for this 7.
You say it, he does it.
It's perfect. A little bit short. Oh, yeah, he didn't stroke that very nice. A little bit stabby. And that's why he rattled the 8, but it still went in.
It also caused him to come up a little bit short on his position on the 9 because of it also. By hitting that 8 just a little bit fuller than intended. Handles it with ease, though. Ties it up 2 apiece in this race to 9.
Look at that cue action on the guy next to the table.
He's practically sitting on the table. That's how close together these are.
If you've never been to the Derby City Classic, it's well worth a visit. Non-stop pool action, more or less 24 hours a day. There's a downstairs, there's an upstairs, there's a nice mezzanine floor where you can look over and watch all the tables below as well. It's really is nice. Several rooms with lots of action going on. And then the main stream table where they have a 10-footer. And then that's replaced with a 9-footer when we start the 9-ball. Bar and casino, everything you could want in one place, really.
If you've never been, you gotta come. It's an experience.
Yeah, some must-go-to tournaments during the pool calendar. Moscone Cup, of course, is a great spectacle. Then you've got this one, the Derby City Classic. You've got the CSI Expo in Vegas, which is just like no other. Over 7,000 players descend on the Rio All Suites Hotel around end of February, March time every year. And the US Open, of course. And the International as well is always a fun tournament at the Sheraton there, where they hold the Hall of Fame inductee banquets every year as well. That's well worth going to.
So many events. So many events to go to. Konrad takes the lead for, I believe, the first time this set.
Well, Hennessy from Tennessee, Johnathan Pinegar, little smile there from Konrad Juszczyszyn. Johnathan coming up and having a look at the positioning of the rack, still smiling about it. Got a quick glimpse of Shane Walford walking through there to play his match. Another up-and-comer from the US. That's a nice break.
Made
Very nice break.
2 balls in the break. I think they both went into this corner pocket. Drew the cue ball up table, played position on the 1. Nicely done.
He's going to get the long extension out for his cue. There's going to be quite a lot of cue overhang here.
Whoa, cue ball.
Whoa, slow up. Just in time. You might have to play this with some right hand spin. And he does. Holds it for the side pocket. Well, I say he's held it for the side. It's ran on. So that's not a very good shot he's played there. Could try and bank combo the 8, or could just get a good safety in. Yeah, I'm surprised he tried to hold that for the side pocket, to be honest, Kevin. I thought he could have played it with more English and gone round the back of the 4 to leave it into the top right-hand pocket, but that's where he's playing it. Wow, he's gone all out there.
Center of the pocket.
Oh, once a bounce, he's got it. Was willing that cue ball off that side rail. He's got a spring in his step now. You get the feeling if Johnathan can get back to the table, he'll try and slow things down.
Yeah, Konrad really likes to move that cue ball around. Shooting with a lot of confidence now. Wins 2 in a row. 4-2 in this race to 9.
Yeah, Konrad in full flow. It's a nice sight to see. The man with the name that's worth an absolute fortune in Scrabble for a Scrabble player. I can remember meeting him very early on in my commentating career and asking him how to say that impossible name. And he said, oh, it's very simple. It just rhymes with musician. It's musician instead of musician. So, oh, okay. That's a nice, easy way to remember how to say it.
Yep, musician without the M.
Sounds a lot more fun on the other table. We should be over there, Kevin.
I agree. Let's go. See you over there. You guys in the audience, you got you can run this for us while we're gone, right?
Thin snick off this one ball. Played this well. Got lots of distance and got the hook as well.
Good speed. But he did have 4 balls he could hide behind. So it was a nice choice.
Yeah, you can tell Johnathan getting just a little bit agitated maybe. Maybe Ladawi geeing up the crowd on the other table. Keep it down, Ed. Keep it down.
Well, that didn't go according to plan.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
him
looking
for
a little
Konrad.
bit unsettled, isn't he? Just looking a little bit unsettled at the
Yes.
moment.
Looks like the 4 does pass the 5 to this bottom right corner, so no problems there.
He had a sneaky little look on the way past.
Ooh, letting his stroke out.
Yeah, when Konrad is in stroke, he's a frightening prospect for any opponent. Yeah, he's not very happy with that one. A lot thinner than he wanted. He was trying to go past the 6, I think. No problem though, and this is perfect. So much natural talent.
I've heard he's a great straight pool player. I'd like to watch him play some straight pool. I never have.
Yeah, I think he reached the final, didn't he? I think he reached the final of the one in Virginia at Q Club there. I'm pretty sure he did. I know it was the final of one of the big straight pool tournaments.
I can just imagine him flying around the table firing those balls in when he's on a run of 30, 40, 50 balls at a time. Or more.
Yeah, talking of straight pool, I think Jason Shaw is due for another visit to Streetlight Billiards there to try and beat his 714. I know his target is 1,000.
That would be quite the achievement.
Once again makes a ball and has a look at the 1. Worrying times for Johnathan. Has Johnathan gone for a break?
It's kind of looking that way. All right, I think players are on break, so we'll be right back. All right, players are back from break. Yeah, that was easy for me to say.
Konrad overhit that last safety shot, but he got away with it.
Looked like he was aiming to come 2 rails behind the 1. Very dangerous. So easy to scratch if you try that.
Yeah, we saw him go around the back of the 2 earlier on, didn't we? Missed it completely. Not this time though. Oh, I didn't want the 1 to catch the 8 ball. Well, not disastrous. Could have left something a lot easier than this.
Konrad is left-handed, so that does help him reach this.
He seemed to take it pretty quickly when he made up his mind.
That's Konrad in a nutshell.
Yeah, I thought Johnathan might try to slow things down a little bit.
I really want to put a counter on screen.
Wow, what has he played there? Does it go past the 5?
I certainly hope so, for his sake.
I think he's playing safe. I think he just mishit it, did he?
To me, it looks like
it does go.
Yeah, to me it looks like it passes.
He's not short. Must have half the pocket, maybe. Oh, easy. No problem. Well played.
Speaking of chalk,
Yeah.
Master Chalk is the official chalk of this tournament. Other sponsors include Diamond, of course, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Balls, Outsville,
I've never seen Johnathan Pinegar play on a shot clock. I'd love to see that.
well, you can see it on AccuStats because he was on the TV table in one pocket playing Tony Chohan in the finals. I won't tell you who won. I don't want to spoil it for you.
I think we gave the answer to that earlier on when we said, did we or not? No, we didn't, did we? I'll hold my tongue.
Well, it's a test to see who was paying attention. And the answer is, nobody. Our viewers don't pay attention to us. They're just here to watch the pool. They mute us half the time anyway. Okay, they mute me. All right, now where did Johnathan go? Did he wear out his chalk? He had to get a new cube?
I must say, this is exactly what I expected. I did say, if he gets back to the table, he's going to try and slow things down a little bit. Konrad, we know, he's a very, very quick player, and he's got a great rhythm around the table, and this will put him out of rhythm, I'm pretty sure. think the best way to play Johnathan Pinegar is just not watch him play if you're his opponent, and just sit and relax and concentrate on your own game.
All right, Johnathan gets one back. 5-3 in this race to 9.
And he needs to sort his break out though. His break has been very sporadic, erratic. On occasions that he has made a ball, he hasn't controlled a cue ball at all.
Yeah, as we all know, the break is one of the most important shots in the game of 9-ball. Can't afford to let the cue ball go crazy.
Yeah, I predict a scratch off this break. Just going on his last break, the cue ball was just flying around everywhere. Where's he going now?
Switch cues. I don't know. Nearly scratched. Is that a dry break? That looks like a dry break. Konrad comes to the table looking at a 1-2 combination if he wants to take it on. I have a feeling he will want to take it on.
Yeah, kind of think he should as well. Try and get some rhythm back.
Handles it.
We'd love to run this out nice and quick now, and then get it back to the table breaking again. Six ball looming large. Needs to get the cue ball all the way back up to where he is now. Draw it round 2 rails. Hitting the third as well. Nicely played. Beautiful shot. Oh, not straight though.
Yeah, he does have just a little bit of angle, so I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, nicely done. Just to be a little bit careful here. That side pocket coming into play. Played it nice though.
Yeah, if you don't hit it hard enough to get to the pocket, you can't scratch. Something that Bert Kinnister used to say.
Who used to say that, Kevin?
Bert Kinnister. He was known for putting out a whole bunch of instructional videos. He had like 100 videos that he put out back before the YouTubes, when people were buying VHS tapes and DVDs with instructions on them. With
I remember those days. I remember black and white film. I actually do. So just what Konrad needed, this. A nice quick rack.
I wasn't sure if he gave it to him or if he was going to wipe down his cue. He's just going to wipe down his cue. Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the... He wasn't just doing a little impression of John Pinegar there, was he?
You wouldn't do that. Six three, race to 9.
Yeah, and the dry break from Johnathan Pinegar proving again to be the downfall. I just spotted T-Rex, haven't I, over on the other table? Look, I recognise that shirt anywhere.
Recognize that NASCAR driver / pool player?
Yes, indeed.
I definitely
Most known for
see.
his...
I definitely see an empty spot on his shirt. I think we can put a railbird on there. I have to contact him, find out how much it'll cost us to put a railbird on his shirt.
I don't think you could afford it, Kevin.
It's okay. It's just coming out of your. It's coming out of your salary.
Oh, is it? That's okay then.
Oh, what just happened here? I was busy watching Tony over there, and there's some controversy going on with the rack here.
Yeah, can we rewind that?
Yeah.
Maybe the 2 was at the back or something. Let's see if we can have a look at that. No.
No idea.
Well, he's saying the 9 wasn't on the spot, I think. Yeah, there's not many players more honest than Konrad in the game, I can assure you of that. So a little bit of gamesmanship maybe from Pinegar. Well, and it's the first dry break as well, is it? For a man from Poland.
With a nice look at this one to get started with. Everything's wide open. 4-ball might be a problem.
I mean, really, there's no problem. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, okay. Needs to work something out. Don't know why he's looking over there. I don't think he could even get the cue ball there. Yeah, that's nicely played actually. Got to avoid the 4 ball. It's looking large.
You know, some bottom left. Looks like he has a pretty natural path to come right between this 5-7.
Yeah, played it very nicely, didn't he?
Well, he looks pretty straight, and he's going to have to get on this short side of this 4 unless he wants to try to take a try at this 4-6 combination. That's what he's doing.
Oh. He's left himself a thin one, but it's very makeable.
Ooh, stops just in time.
Yeah, just in time. Another half a roll and he wouldn't have been able to see the potting angle of this.
That's Mad Max on that table to the right.
Mad Max Lechner.
Max Eberly.
Oh. Is he called Mad Max as well?
Is there more than one Mad Max? I guess if your name is Max, you just have to be called Mad Max, I guess.
Yeah, Max Lechner, as far as I know, is known as Mad Max. I didn't know Max Eberly was. Max is a very interesting character. So is this guy we're watching here. He's coming back into it.
6-4, closing up that gap.
Yeah, can we just see a replay of that 9 ball there? I'm pretty sure he got a skid on that. I think the cue ball jumped in the air when he made that 9 ball. I'd like to have another look at that again if possible. I know I'm making you work overtime. Let's have a look at the cue ball. Oh no, it didn't. I'm seeing things. Just thought the cue ball jumped a bit on a skid, maybe. And the reason I'm saying that is it wouldn't surprise me because John does put so much chalk on his cue.
I knew you were going there with that.
Sometimes it transfers to the cue ball.
But that is a legitimate concern. I mean, if you're gonna, cake that tip really thick with chalk, you're gonna be leaving behind some residue on that cue ball.
I think that's his playing cue he's got there, isn't it? I think he's going to have to walk back and get his break cue. I'm pretty sure that's his playing. But oh no, it isn't. Apologies. Must have changed it. There you see again, no control on the break. The 9 ball moving a lot. It's a dry break. Yeah, Konrad just needs to keep focus here. Play his own game. Don't get drawn into the saga of Pinegar. Nice shot.
Yes,
very
indeed.
well played.
Nice touch. Even if jump cues were allowed, this wouldn't be that easy. He does have, the one railer on the right-hand side of the table. So a little hard to judge because that cue ball will be lengthening out after it hits that rail. Mostly from all the topspin you're forced to put on this ball. Good solid hit.
I counted 63 seconds and 13 chalk rubs. Cue ball behind the 4 here.
So a little over 4 seconds per chalk rub. Nice shot. Is he going to have a shot? No, he's hooked.
I did say behind the 4. Yeah, I thought he was just going to play the safety behind the 4, to be honest, but
he did, except he played safe on himself.
A little bit unfortunate. It was a great pot, wasn't it?
It was. Fantastic shot. Oh, what a shot. And position on the 3.
What a shot that was. He needs to take control of the match again here.
Sometimes it's hard to maintain your focus and run out after making a nice shot like that.
Yeah, I don't mind a player taking his time. It's just waiting for the player on the next table. But what I like about Konrad, is he still keeps the same rhythm when he's actually down on the shot. So sometimes just takes a few seconds longer before he gets down. But when he does, he keeps the rhythm the same. Very important.
Consistency, very important in this game.
Yeah, the more you can do the same, keep that muscle memory the same, keep the stroke the same, it's so much easier to judge the pace of the ball, where you need to strike the cue ball to get the desired reaction. It's all about being predictable. And 7-4 now. Konrad leads. 2 required. Oh, let's just hope. Yeah, I was just going to say, let's hope Johnathan sits in it. Come and, this is I don't agree with all this. This is, in my eyes, this is sharking. Yeah, and Konrad really nicely there saying,
yeah, you want to come rack it, you rack it.
It means it's not straight. Yeah, I don't agree with this. This is something that's not nice in our sport. And it's sharking because he did this the last time that Konrad had a break, and he had his first dry break, Konrad. So it is affecting him. Let your talking happen on the table. Once again, not even his rack, and I don't think you're allowed to inspect the other person's rack, are you?
Good question. I'm not sure. I know you're allowed to ask for a re-rack if the rack is crooked. I don't know if you're allowed to inspect to make sure all the balls are tight or not tight or whatever.
Yeah, once again, it's worked because it's another dry break for Konrad, and it's just putting him on edge a little bit. I don't know whether I'm sounding out of line at all, but I don't like what I'm seeing, to be honest.
I think Johnathan feels like Konrad's manipulating the rack, either twisting the rack to make it easier to pocket a ball, or intentionally leaving a gap to make it easier to pocket a ball. I think that's what Johnathan is either implying or outright saying. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but earlier on in the match, though, Kevin, when Konrad was making a ball every single time, getting nice position on the next ball, Johnathan didn't even come to the table and look at the next rack or anything like that. It's only just since he's fallen far behind, or since he started to lose control of the match. And it certainly affected Konrad.
I think he's going to take a swing at this 1-9. Yep. It doesn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah, I wondered if he might even have a go at the 3 fouls, because there's a perfect opportunity to get him deep in trouble here. And if this doesn't go in, it could cost him the rack.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a backup safety here. I don't know if he has the angle on the 1-9 to also play safe at the same time. It looks like he's going to leave it exposed if he doesn't make the 9.
Yeah, and it's one of them shots where, if you're going for it, you go for it. Well, he went
straight
for it and
in.
got it.
Nice shot, Johnathan. 7-5. So if you're enjoying this match, and why wouldn't you be sure to hit that like button.
And I'm going to be sharing a lot of these on my timeline as well, so you can find them via my link as well on my Facebook page, and then head to Railbirds. We want to get these matches out to as many people as possible, and it's all free to watch. There's nothing better than free pool.
I love free pool. It's almost as good as free beer.
Oh, he's found the break here.
3 balls on the break.
Yeah, and he's got to look at the 2 balls well, and look at the way them balls have come down into this bottom right-hand corner.
I've never seen someone make 3 balls on the break and have the other balls clustered like this.
What a fascinating game pool is. You can just never predict anything.
Infinite results from the break. Never the same break twice.
Yeah, and that's what makes breaking from the box so interesting. He's thinning off this. He's got plenty to hide behind.
That's nice.
Hasn't gone through the gap, surely it has. There's a window.
He's left the gap. That was really unfortunate. That was unlucky for Johnathan.
Yeah, and look at the 4 ball though. He's got a possible 4-7 combo. There's a 6-9 combo as well after that. Oh, and he's one of the worst shots. Oh, and look at this for a roll. Now, unless he can clip this thin, he's in trouble here. Just stand to one side for us, Jonathan, please.
Hey, down in front. We're trying to see here. Pool players are so inconsiderate. Oh, never mind. Thanks, John.
This is awkward. He's got to play this. Lots of... Well, he's looking at tying the ball up. Look, is he? Yeah, he's going to do a deliberate foul.
I think he's going to get the short end of that.
Yeah, I think maybe he's got to take a chance here and try and disturb some balls, unless that he can do something with the 4 next to the 9. He's going to be going into these, I think. Good effort, no reward. But if he plays this right, lots of left-hand spin, he could hook Jonathan behind the 7 here. Oh, foul. Hit the wrong ball.
Well,
now,
it seems it
should go into the 7 and the 8 here and hold for the 6 off this 4.
Yeah,
has to play that.
Absolutely. I said Jonathan was going to get the short end of that stick. It seems Konrad's the one that got the short end there. I actually thought Konrad would play position for a safety on the 4.
Yeah, that was an option as well. I think he's of a mind where he just wants to attack and get this over with.
Completely understandable.
And I can't believe he's not trying to disturb this. Or perhaps he is.
He is.
Perhaps he's drawing into it.
He is. He's lined up the angle to draw into it. He didn't put much of a stroke on it, though, did he?
No, I'm surprised he put it that straight. I would have put it further out into the table and gone into them rather than drawing into them.
I thought the 4 was too far down table. I thought you had to draw into him. Maybe I'm wrong.
I doubt that.
So what's Johnathan have? Does he have to play safe on the 7?
Yeah, easy safety, isn't it, after this 6?
Can he follow forward and come back across, shoot the 7 past the 8 to play a safety?
Not sure what he's looking at here.
Yeah, he did have angle on the 6. I thought he could have, put a stroke on that, follow to the rail, and then back across and end up nearly straight on the 7. Then you can shoot the 7 past the 8 and snuggle up that cue ball right on the 8 for basically a devastating safety.
I think he's going safe behind the 9 here.
Yes.
So slight advantage to Johnathan Pinegar. Unless you kick it in. Oh, good effort. Could we be going 7-6? I think we are.
It's looking like it. Seven, 6. Race to 9. Yeah, if I was Konrad, I would consider taking a break right about now.
Yeah, I'm feeling frustrated and I'm not even playing. I don't know how Konrad's feeling. It's taken an awful long time to set these balls up as well.
You'd be surprised how many people don't read the directions that are printed right on the AccuRack.
Yeah, push up.
Yeah, put the first 8 balls in, push them forward, and then put that 9th ball in to lock them all into place. People don't do that. They just put all 9 balls in there, and then they diddle them for 5 minutes trying to get everything to stay frozen.
I remember Jason Shaw giving me a lesson on how to rack in his club in Connecticut, how to get a really nice tight rack. We were playing 10 ball at the time, and it was an interesting concept, and it works. Just not putting all the balls in at the same time, you know, doing it in a certain way.
Interesting.
So dry break, good shot on the 1, that's not a problem.
No.
Position to 2 is no problem, it's all about that 2 to the 3.
Indeed.
And the 2 is awkward as well because there's the only real shot you've got to try and disturb something is if you end up more or less straight on it and draw into the 6-3, and that's fraught with danger as well. So he's going to have to hit. Can he get into centre table and leave the cue ball about where it is now? Look, that's what he's looking at on that line to play the 3 into this bottom right hand corner. It'd be a tough thin shot.
And getting on the 4 from there would be tough as well. Oh,
yeah. Oh, he's had a little run, and look at this, he's on this 3 ball as well into the bottom left hand corner.
he could even try to play the cue ball safe behind the 7 if he's so inclined.
I think he has to shoot at this, Kevin.
What a shot. And he's got a shot on the 4.
I've watched a lot of Konrad, and you get to, get a kind of feel of the shots they like going for and when they want to go for them. And he's certainly made up his mind here. He sees the only way of beating Johnathan is to outblast him. He might lose the odd rack playing that way, but he'll win more than he loses playing that way against Johnathan, that's for sure. It helps him keep his rhythm also. And to win tournaments and titles, you have to beat every single kind of player. So this 9-ball to get on the hill finally, and to open up the 2-rack lead again. He'll be breaking for the last time.
Konrad the first to the hill.
Now is Johnathan going to stay in his chair this time?
I'd say the odds are 50-50.
Maybe somebody's had a word. You never know. There's Max Eberly on the next table. Actually moved to Mexico.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, instead of checking the rack, Jonathan's going to kick my camera. Is that how this works now? All right, Konrad with the break.
Made the wing ball.
Well, he has a shot to this bottom left corner. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I wonder. It could stun off the side rail. He's not interested. He's going to play a safety here, and you can't blame him. Or is he? No, he's firing at this.
He wants to go.
Yeah.
He's in go mode.
Well, this is a confident shot, but it's not there. Put all his eggs in one basket there. Is there another twist?
Two, 3, 4, and 6 all appear to be pretty straightforward. I think that 7-ball has 3/4 of a pocket.
Yeah, and of course it's got the side pocket as well. Key shot coming up. Needs to get on this 6-ball in such a way that he can get onto the 7. And if he didn't come far enough, on the 7 in the side, he would still have a shot at the 7-9 combo. He's held it for the side pocket, and this looks pretty good.
I can't tell if he's straight in or if he has any angle. It's hard to tell. Judging by where he just put his cue stick, I guess he has angle to come down.
Yeah, I think he can follow straight on past the side pocket.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Ended up snatching that.
Oh, and got a hook out of it. Yeah, that was a very aggressive shot. Trying to fire that ball in the side from that angle, trying to draw 3 rails. You got to be a little bit more gentle with those side pockets than that from that steep angle.
Yeah. Ambitious to say the least, I think. Well, it's not a bad shot from Konrad. Chance of a billiard or a combo or a safety or a bank. He's got options.
He's got it all. I mean, I wouldn't mind just coming off the left side of the 6, trying to get the 6 to this bottom rail, cue ball behind that 7 or 9.
Yeah, it's a decent option. I think that's what he's going with as well.
I mean, I know in general you don't like to give up control of the table. Just because you play safe doesn't mean you're going to get a shot, because anything can happen. They can kick a ball in, they can kick you safe. There's lots of things can happen.
I can't believe he's played that shot like that. If he hasn't left this, he's been very, very lucky. He's going for this.
So you're going to get a safe out of it?
Was he had a bit of luck? Well,
sort of.
Nothing easy.
It's going to be drama all the way, isn't it?
You tend to get that feeling, don't you? That's a clever little shot he's played there.
Simple but effective. But Konrad does have a chance to kick this 8 in off the 6.
It's got a chance. Billiard.
It's got a chance. It's got a chance.
What a shot. Unlucky. Deserved a better shot on the 6. Does he go for the bank? Does he get a safety in? Safety. No, he's gone for the bank. What a great shot that was.
And
wow.
Straight in on the 7. Ooh, someone just whistled their approval. Way to finish out this set in style.
Yeah, brilliant.
I think he just gave it to
9. Shakes his hand.
Way to finish this out in style. two great shots.
Yeah, and that'll be one match that Konrad will be pleased to get out of the way, because that was a war of attrition. That was such a tough match. There's John Morillot coming in to have a look at things. Mr. Smooth.
Mr. Smooth. Yep. All right. Well, Konrad does defeat Johnathan, but Johnathan not out yet. He still has a buyback available should he want to use it. This was 4th round action. Neither player had a loss before this match. Now Johnathan has 1 loss. I am Kevin Ross along with Mark White. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.